The patient timeline, if you think about it, has a language. Now, when people utter the word language, and I put it in quotes because of that, we think English, Spanish, German, sort of natural languages. But for a computer, any sequence of tokens is a language. Amino acids in a protein, language. ATCG in a DNA sequence, language. These ICD, CPT, and those codes in a patient timeline, language. And that language has a grammar. When you see 250.01, code for diabetes, ICD-9 code, I haven't memorized my ICD-10s yet, you expect to see metformin later. You expect to see glucose measurements in the blood and perhaps even the urine. You expect albumin measurements. So that language can be learned by a computer using the exact same technology as is used to learn language models in spoken and natural languages. So now that gives us two ways to build language models. The first is the classic language that reads documents, and you get a model that does chat and summarization. And then the second is reading these timelines and then forecasting what's going to happen next. Remember prediction? So what happens if we do that? Well, it turns out that if we take these timeline-trained language models, it's better all around. Like, we can increase prediction accuracy, the classifiers decay less as time goes on, they work across subgroups, across sites, yada, yada. But I want to make it very concrete visually. So here is the number of examples you need to train a classifier or train your AI. And here is performance on this side. Pay attention to the blue line. At 64 positive examples, it meets the performance of the red line, which is trained using all the data. I can train classifiers with 64 examples. Now that's awesome. We can build 100 classifiers now, and it's not going to cost me 10 years and $27 million. But the workflow work still remains. Like, what are we going to do about them? So we're pushing the envelope on both. Like, we're figuring out how to do this sustainably at the technology level and figuring out how can we sustain it from a workforce level.